about now is what's really coming up is on a lot of people's mind, and that's why we go to the Crowdsign app, get on the contest, because it's all about championships. Any organization where winning doesn't matter is probably a worthless organization. And we're going to talk about winning right now because we're going to go into the DFH college football playoff segment, and we're going to pick, as we know, we got two games. We're going to start with the Orange Bowl, number 4, Oklahoma, 12-1. That one loss, they avenged it to Texas against undefeated number 1 Alabama. Tua Tagovailoa. He's wearing a boot on his leg. Is he going to be able to play? But as we said before, when your backup's 26-2 as a starter, you're in a pretty good spot, I think. But they can play some defense. Oklahoma lights out. They light up the scoreboard. But have they played against a real defense yet? What do you think about that one?
I like Oklahoma in this game. No, I don't. You know I like Alabama. Alabama's going to cruise in this game. It's not even going to be close. And you've got the luxury of 2 quarterbacks that have played championship games, that have won games and won big games. Not only that, when you look at their running backs, Najee Harris, Damian Harris, they're deep at the running back position. One thing about Oklahoma, if you can run the football, keep the ball away from them, they have limited possessions. And Army proved that earlier this season when they took them to overtime. Nick Saban's going to use that blueprint, but he's also going to go over the top with Jerry Jeudy, one of the best wide receivers in the country. There's one thing about Oklahoma's defense we all know, they can give up the big plays and give them up in a hurry. Oklahoma is a fantastic football team. I love Kyler Murray. I stated that. The numbers he's put up has been astronomical this year. But in this game, it's not going to be a shootout like last year's Georgia game. Alabama will limit their possessions and not let them score as many points, and they will hold them down to less than 28 points in this game. And Alabama will put up in the 40s easily in this game, not because of the quarterback position alone, but because they're going to force turnovers in this game, and they're great at that. And not only forcing turnovers, they capitalize and put points on the board after turnovers, one of the best in the business. I like Alabama big in this game.
I like Alabama, but you forgot one very, very important point. That's the offensive coordinator at the University of Alabama, which has done a tremendous job, has accepted the coaching job at Maryland. I can promise you, his mind is at Maryland. Yeah, he's working on Oklahoma and is going to worry about Notre Dame in the championship game, but by the same token, he's worried about putting his staff together. He's worried about moving the family. He's excited about being the head coach and all the different. It does affect your football team. I think in Alabama is going to be great because Oklahoma defense is very poor. I would like to send a message to Oklahoma. It is permissible to tackle the ball carrier. You don't have to jump on his back, cut off the oxygen, hope he passes out before he gets to the goal line. They have played very, very poor defense this entire year, and I don't believe they can slow down the University of Alabama. On the other hand, Kyler Murray's had a fantastic year. 4,945 yards total offense. He can run. He can run. He won the Heisman. It's not quite the same. You have an awful lot of distractions. You go to banquets. Everybody's talking to you about winning the Heisman, and then that becomes your focus. Once you win the Heisman, hey, I've been to the top of the mountain. Everything else is second nature. Alabama wins the game 54-27. Alabama has a good defense, but Oklahoma will move the football.
Well, this is the second time Alabama-Oklahoma playing in an Orange Bowl with a national championship on the line. The first was in 1963. Alabama had a coach named Bryant and a quarterback named Joe Namath, and they took it to Oklahoma 17-0. So will history repeat itself? Who knows?